Welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving back into the S197. We are getting the seats and the dash out, and then we're going to start kind of removing, not really removing, but basically all this harness that's here. So all this, we're not really taking it out, we're just going to bring it all up front here. So we're going to take it out from here and move it all just kind of up into the floorboard area, and basically just start getting it all tied to the side and marking off what we're getting rid of. One of the biggest parts of this refresh that I'm doing is basically removing all of the wiring and connectors that don't need to be in the car. So like this was a premium packaged car, so it had like the mock sound system and all, or shaker, whatever it was, sound system that was in it. And so like all those speaker wires, all that stuff is still in there, and we're gonna get rid of all that, plus all the the stereo wiring behind the dash, or what was behind the dash, and all the AC stuff. So all that we're gonna focus on the interior side of it today, and then later on when we pull the engine transmission, we're gonna do the same thing in the engine bay. So everything that was in the engine bay for AC and anything else that's in there that is just in the ether right now, that's just hanging out with connectors going to nothing, we're gonna get rid of all of it just to clean it all up. So first things first, we're gonna do seats. We're gonna do seats first. Both of the seats and the seat belts, all that stuff is all out. And now we're gonna go ahead and pull the dash. This one's fairly easy. I have it only mounted up with just one bolt on each side with this like little bracket. And other than that, it's just pulling the wiring for the cluster, the light switch, and the little center stack area. But yeah, so dash is out next. Graceful. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. All of this. I mean, obviously some of it's gonna stay, but like most of this right here is just stereo and AC stuff. But we'll come back to that. We're gonna start pulling all of this. We're just gonna work our way from the back up into this mess. So we're gonna make this mess more of a mess by bringing all the stuff from the back and piling it in here. And along the way, I'll show you. I actually bought a like label maker that I can wrap around the wires, so I can label basically anything that I don't want. I'm just gonna put an X on the label, and anything else that I do want to keep, I'll actually put what it goes to. So there'll be some stuff along the way that I might not put an X on, and then I'll end up getting rid of. So anyway, we're gonna start messing with the wiring now that we have the seats and dash out. Sweet. I have 2 things marked on here. I literally only need 6 of these wires, plus maybe these 3 grounds, but even these 3 grounds, I'm gonna trace back and see if they go, like there's 2 big gauge black wires that run. There's a black and black, like an orange tracer that run to a plug back here that's for the stereo stuff that used to be in the car. So 2 of these grounds might be eliminated, like they might just be gone. So anyway, we're gonna really shrink this harness. All right, I'm getting a little carried away here. The sub harness, so I traced it. It goes above the tank naturally, and it's kind of like wedged in there. I'm sure there's retainers or something, and so I'm actually going to have to drop the tank down to get that harness out of there, which not a huge deal. I kind of wanted to do that anyway, just to clean in that area as well. So anyway, I got sidetracked and I started, I I say sidetracked. I just continued on, and I started marking all of the ends. I believe this connector, and there's going to be one more or two more in the body in the BCM to disconnect that go over to this side, to the driver's side, and then there's a big section of harness that should come out. So I think I'm going to do that because there's a lot of the harness also still runs forward, like into the engine bay for headlights and to the fuse box and all that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out what I can pull out, and then probably start stripping that. I might even start doing that tonight. I'm going to take it inside to like the dining room table and just start stripping that harness of all the connections that I don't need. So, but it looks like the rest of the body harness, I'm going to have to wait till I pull the engine and trans and all that stuff, clear out the engine bay so I can follow those leads all the way forward and figure out what I don't need of those. About 90% of that harness is about to get deleted. The harness is officially stripped of all of its loom and sheathing and all that. So next is just basically going to be looking at each of my connectors that have an X, tracing their wires back through the harness, and just pulling them out. I'll probably cut them all here and then pull them all through. That'll probably be easiest. I'll let you know what I end up with. Okay, so a little bit of a fast forward here, but this is what I have left of the harness. I've got cluster, a ground that feeds like a bunch of grounds to the harness. This came from underneath the key. This is from the lock cylinder on the driver's side of the column OBD. This is for like the info button to be able to like switch through the odometer and all that stuff. This is my headlight switch on wire. So this is the only wire you need to switch to ground in order to kick the headlights on. The lights in general, so headlights, taillights, and such. And then these are your BCM connectors. So, and then this is a lone ground that connects to the harness going into the firewall into the hood. So this may not even be needed, but I'm going to hold on to it just in case. And that's all the stuff that I don't need sitting on the ground there. So I'm not going to loom this yet or anything because those two key and lock cylinder connectors, I don't know if I'm going to keep those yet. The lock cylinder ones, from what I can see in the diagram, there's like 4 of them that are just like a key on power basically. So whenever you have it on or run, they connect and get power. So, which then turns other stuff on in the vehicle. It's basically your key on ignition power. So those, I'll do some more looking in the diagram, and I'll probably put those to just straight up my switch panel. So I'll have an ignition on switch. So basically be like turning the key by pressing the button, and then I'll have a start switch as well. So that being said though, I'm not going to loom it or anything yet because I don't know routing, and I don't know what all I'm eliminating from the rest of the body harness because I need to get the engine out in order to get to some of the harness. So that being said though, I'm out of time here, so that'll be it for this video. If you like this kind of content, give me a like. If you want to see more, subscribe maybe, that'd be cool. And if you got any tips, tricks, or any helpful advice, leave a comment. But until next time.